Yes, it's time for the first race of the weekend for the Junior Saloon Car Championship. Last time out at Donington Park, Wilf Butler picked up a win in his second place. Josh Salvadoro picked up a win. Luca Maserati didn't win, but he did pick up 3 podiums. Lewis Stannard picked up a win and a third place there. Your 4 main protagonists after round 1. Now we move on to Brands Hatch. Let's grab a quick word over here, shall we, with Matthew Swatton, see how we're feeling. Matthew, it's good to see you again. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
I'm feeling very confident. Yeah, I think the goal this weekend was to aim for the top 10, and I think we've got very close to that. So I think if we can bring the fight onto the midfield, then that's definitely achievable.
Where do you think you were particularly quick around Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit?
Oh, I think Paddock Hill. I think I can carry a lot.
You've got to be brave, right?
Yeah, you need the boost to do it.
I love that. The best of luck for the race. Thanks for talking to us. Really appreciate it. We've got Leon Holly next as well. I wonder if we could just grab. Sorry to interrupt. I apologise, Leon. I'm just interrupting everything there. How are you feeling ahead of this weekend?
Quite good. Just trying to get the points in after the roll, obviously yesterday and testing. Just got to see how the car feels. We've got new brakes, so going to try to bed them in and then hopefully get ready for race 2 and race 3. What
do you make of Brands Hatch then? So is this race 1 around the circuit a bit of learning, a bit of getting to grips with it and see what we can do for the rest of the weekend?
100%. It's absolutely an amazing track. Really good to have battles on, but yeah.
Top man. Look, Leon, thanks so much for talking to us, mate. Give us a little fist pump. Bang, here we go. Junior Saloon Car Championship race 1 of the weekend about to get underway here at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit. Dave, over to you.
Thanks so much, Ian. Yes, so out they go then, the identical 1600cc Citroën Saxo VTRs, all these drivers aged 14 to 17 years of age. Some familiar colours there, the treble 3, that's Lexi Powell, the daughter of truck racer Stephen Powell. She'll be starting at the tail of the grid for this one, but in pole position, it is the points leader after round 1 at Donington. Wilf Butler in car number 70, who set the fastest time in qualifying this morning, only a few hundredths of a second ahead of Lightning McQueen, aka Josh Salvadori, in the number 110 car alongside him. Row 2, 448 Kyle Wells alongside 46 Luca Maserati. Came close to his first win at Donington, second in the points through consistency. Last year's top rookie as well. He's on row 2. Row 3, treble 2 Oliver Kerr and 19 Lewis Stannard, winner of race 3 at Donington. 4th row Ollie Smith, number 80, alongside 23 Max Scharfegger. Completing the top 5, Louis Austin, number 26, the first 5 rows I should say, Louis Austin and Martin Wright, the winner of the JSCC scholarship over the winter, the man from Cornwall. Row 6, 27 Matthew Swatton in the Kersley racing car we just heard from, and 87 Leon Holly, who as we heard had a rollover in testing yesterday, but he lines up in his repaired car on row 6. Row 7, 42 Sherry Ann Powell alongside number 7 Joe Wood. The 8th row, 35 Tom Algar starts alongside 98 of Bailey Roberts, making his debut this weekend, as is number 29 Tim Leonard on row 9 alongside treble 3 Lexi Powell. 18 Citroën Saxos out there for this 15-minute race. I know we get plenty of commenters on our Junior Saloon cars. Oliver Law's watching, ex-Junior Saloon car racer. He's the son, of course, of Justin Law. We saw them sharing a Lotus Cortina at Donington last month in the pre-66 touring cars. John Wilkins is cheering on Josh Salvadori, the Lightning McQueen car. Surely he should be number 95 in that livery. Turning round on their green flag lap. There's the Orex competition car number 29, Tim Leonard, making his debut. He's from Cambridge. The other newcomer, Bailey Roberts, number 98 from Salisbury. 3 races for the youngsters this weekend. Fastest times from qualifying set the grid for this one. The 2nd fastest time for each driver for race 2 and the 3rd fastest time for race 3. 3 different winners from the opening round of the season. Will we see another new winner here? Will Luca Maserati get his first win in the championship, last year's Rookie of the Year? Will we see Kyle Wells get his first win? He started off as a short oval racer in a formula called Ninja Karts. Nice there, from as young as 6 years of age. These drivers can take inspiration from last year's championship protagonists Harry Smith and Jonathan Moore. They've moved up to senior racing this year. Harry Smith in the Mini Challenge. Jonathan Moore will be racing Porsches this year in the Porsche Sprint Challenge GB. Green flag is displayed at the back of the grid then. 15 minutes for the Junior Saloon Car Championship on the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Wilf Butler in the white and black car on pole, the red of Josh Salvadori alongside him. Revs are up and away they go. Decent start by both of the front row starters. Good start by Luca Maserati, trying to move across there from 4th on the grid. As they head towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. 3 wide in there for 4th position. Lewis Stannard trying to get round the outside. He will get round the outside of the treble too. The Simpson Race Exhausts car of Ollie Kerr and goes up into 5th position. Salvadori trying to make a move for the lead. He's taken the lead into Druids from Wilf Butler. Maserati trying for 3rd place on the inside of Kyle Wells as well as they head down the hill into Graham Hill Bend. Just defending 3rd place there is Kyle Wells, the white and Dayglow yellow car. Made it round the opening half lap all okay, including Leon Holly in his repaired car after his accident in testing yesterday. Josh Salvadori it is who leads the way then. Was 3rd in the championship last year, so starting as the favourite this season. Was the quickest driver at Donington, but only 1 win out of the 3. Had a couple of track limits penalties at Donington, moving to mind his P's and Q's this time around, and he leads the first lap ahead of Wilf Butler. Side by side for 4th position, Lewis Stannard. Ollie Kerr trying to make it 3 wide. Luca Maserati is going to be caught on the outside into Paddock Hill Bend. Stannard goes through on the inside. That's a good move by Lewis Stannard there to hold that 4th place, the grey and red car. He was genuinely shocked, I think, to come through on the restart of the 3rd race at Donington to take the lead and hang on to take the win. Maserati behind him, son of Piers Maserati, the ex-British GT champion. Luca Maserati, certainly a racing driver's name, isn't it? But his family, well known for racing, not Maseratis, but Porsche GT racing. Salvadori leads the way. No relation to Roy Salvadori, the great 1950s racer. That's like different spelling. There's Ollie Smith, one of the top rookies in the number 80. He's got Max Scharfegger on his tail. Scharfegger family have appeared in Caterham racing in the past, and also the Citroen C1 Endurance Series. Over the line they go. Maserati trying to move to the outside. Ollie Kerr in behind them in the treble 2. Currently the top independent in the points. Through Paddock and to Halewood. Wilf Butler getting closer to the back of Salvadori in the 110. And the battle for 3rd is headed up by Kyle Wells in the 448s. Through Graham Hill Bend once again. Just getting dialed in for the weekend. A lot of racing to come. 3 15-minute races for the Junior Saloon Car Championship. First 2 pulling away very slightly. These could well be the touring car stars of the future. Maybe the GT racing stars of the future if you're Piers Maserati's son Luca. Maybe we'll see him in Porsche racing one day. Ollie Kerr behind him. Then it's Ollie Smith. Scharfegger is next, then Louis Austin. He and Ollie Smith fighting to be a top rookie at the moment. They're only a couple of points apart. Martin Wright, the scholarship winner, rounding out the top 10. Up on the curb there, Lewis Stannard nearly up on the 2 wheels. He doesn't want to run wide as a result of that. He just goes onto the curb, he avoids the gravel. So Salvadori leads it. Battle for 3rd, the highlight at the moment, Kyle Wells. Had quite a big smash here at Brands Hatch, I remember, last season in the wet with Jude Cooper. Chased by Lewis Stannard. Maserati, Kerr, Smith, Scharfegger, Austin. Right under pressure from the 27, which is Matthew Swatton in the Kersley Motorsport car. We saw Harvey Kersley, son of team owner Alex, racing that car last year. He's now moved up into the Hyundai Coupe Cup and had a very good debut there at Alton Park recently. Across the line they come, coming up to 1/3 distance. Which side is Luca Maserati going to try and attack on Lewis Stannard? He's definitely lunging. Has a look on the outside. Stannard holds the place. 2 leaders now, nearly 3 seconds clear. 3/10 between the 2 of them. Still Kyle Wells. Oh, he locks up there into Druids. This is Lewis Stannard's opportunity to take 3rd place, and he's done it. Now Maserati will try and get alongside. Wells will have the inside line for Graham Hill Bend, though. Lewis Stannard up into P3, just a little bit of a lock-up of the tyres there for Kyle Wells going into Druids. They pass Mick Gould's massive Peterbilt truck. Up the inside at Surtees, Maserati goes through into 4th place. You can see Kyle Wells with just that slight loss of momentum, although he's fighting back there on the inside. And Maserati to the inside of Stannard, they bounce off each other. Well, Luca Maserati, a great run there through Surtees into Clearways. Now Ollie Kerr's getting involved as well. And I was just saying there, the loss of momentum to that lock-up at Druids. And look, Kyle Wells has lost 3 places. Keeps his foot in. He's going to try and take Ollie Kerr back on the outside. Maserati's lunging at Stannard for 3rd. This is tremendous stuff. Kerr goes through. Wells has gone from 3rd to 6th. Behind them, Ollie Smith is closing in as well, the blue and green car. Luca Maserati, you can see he's fired up. He's going for Stannard. All the time they battle, they're falling further behind our leading pair. To Graham Hillbend, 5 of them, soon to be 6, because the number 23 of Max Scharfegger, the grey car with the yellow wheels, is closing in as well. Behind them is the Kersley car of Swatton. He's got ahead of Martin Wright into P10 now. Leon Holly is behind them. All 18 cars still running. Hard to pick out just who is going to succeed Harry Smith as champion this year. He's moved up into the trophy category of the mini challenge. Was racing at Snetterton last weekend. He had a podium there. Wolf Butler continues to chase Salvadori. He was only less than 0.2 of a second behind at the line. He's ready to attack for the lead. We've got a track limits penalty being displayed, number 70. That's Wilf Butler. Wilf Butler's got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Well, if he wants to win this race, he's got to get ahead of Josh Salvadori and win by over 5 seconds to overcome the penalty now. The officials getting tough on track limits for these young racers, getting instilled in them as early as possible in their careers. Meanwhile, Luca Maserati is all over the back of Lewis Stannard. He's on his bumper there, coming towards Clark Curve. Onto the Sir Jack Ram straight, and Maserati's got the inside, but he's being almost pushed along by Ollie Kerr. Look at this. This is like touring car racing on a smaller scale. This is fantastic. Maserati goes through. Kerr almost bump drafting him there. NASCAR style as they come across the line. Stannard's down to 5th. Maserati late on the brakes for Paddock Hill Bend. You don't want to run wide there, you'll be in the gravel. Kyle Wells still looking on from 6th. He was 3rd just a couple of laps ago. Magnificent battle between these 4, showing how evenly matched these Citroën Saxos are. Lee Smith might get involved in this battle as well. He's closing up. On the line, he was only 3/4 of a second behind Wells. Salvadori's done a new fastest lap of the race, 58.881. They bounce over the curve at Surtees, then into the right at McLaren. Then Clearways is where the Grand Prix loop joins back into the Indy circuit. The line they come to complete their 8th lap. Salvadori still leads from Butler by just under half a second, but of course we've got that penalty to be applied for Wilf Butler. Ollie Kerr maybe lining up for an attack on Maserati. He goes to the outside at Druids. Don't think he'll get around there. Maybe he's trying to get the line for Graham Hill Bend. Treble 2, sponsored by Simpson Race Exhaust. That's the business of Matt Simpson, ex-British touring car racer. Raced in those colours in a Honda Civic, had 1 win in his career there. Now concentrates on the pickup truck racing championship and his son Ben in his short oval career. Matt's of course an ex-national hot rod racer, and another thing, that was his father Jeff. Now looking after Ollie Kerr through their sponsorship of the Treble 2 car. And up the inside, Carl Wells going for Lewis Stannard out of Surtees there. The Stannard number 19 ran wide. And Kyle Wells goes to the inside in the 448. Lewis Stannard keeps his foot down. Race winner from Donington, they're absolutely side by side. Ollie Smith just looking on behind. Wells has got the inside line for Paddock Hill Bend. He should go through here. Just gets his braking point right. The Vinner Sport car holds the inside. No, Stannard fights back round the outside. Up Halewood Rise they go. They've been side by side for half a lap now, these two. And Wells has got the inside line for Druids. Can he get the overlap done by the bottom of the hill? I think he's finally done it, or has he? No, he hasn't. They're going to be side by side for a full lap, these two. Wells now finally pulls ahead onto the Cooper straight using the curbs, and Ollie Smith says, OK, I'll have some of this as well. Up the inside on Stannard, who lost time over the curbs there, and up into 6th goes the number 80 car. Drivers are loving every second of this. Stannard retakes the place at McLaren. Time the two leaders are still line astern, less than 0.3 of a second between the two of them now. All the actions behind them, Maserati and Kerr 3rd and 4th. Then this fight for 5th, 6th and 7th. Here are the leaders into Druids. Wilf Butler. His pit may have communicated to him that he has that penalty, and to get past Salvadorian, push on to try and win by more than 5 seconds to overcome it. Maserati looking to continue his unbroken run of podiums this season. He's 2nd in the points. He's only a couple of points, 3 points to be precise, behind Wilf Butler in the championship standings coming into this weekend. With Lewis Stannard also on the same score as Maserati. 3 points covering the top 3 in the championship. Only 3 points behind them is Salvadori. He's looking to become the first repeat winner of the season. 4 minutes to go. It's pulsating first race of the weekend for the Junior Saloon Car Championship on the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Maserati's pulled away a little bit from Ollie Kerr. Displaying racecraft, some of these drivers beyond their young years. Remember, there's drivers as young as 14 in this championship. Through Druids. Wilf Butler keeping up the pressure on Josh Salvadori, the man from Chelmsford in Essex, on his local circuit today. Wilf Butler comes from Tadley in Berkshire. These two are well clear of their opposition now. They're nearly 6 seconds clear of the Maserati and Kerr battle. And that means, of course, that Wilf Butler, even with the penalty, well, I'm going to stop talking about penalties because we've had 3 more 5-second penalties come up, and one of them is for Josh Salvadori, the 110. So that could change things. Kyle Wells has got one as well, 4.48, and treble 3, which is Lexi Powell at the back of the field. So Salvadori and Butler both have 5-second penalties, so they effectively cancel each other out. Their battle is still for the lead because they are 6 seconds clear of these two, Maserati and Kerr. So it'll drop them back, but as things stand at the moment, unless Maserati manages to close in, then Salvadori and Butler will still be 1 and 2. They're coming up to lap Lexi Powell in the colour of her father and his running mates' team's race trucks. Lexi lets the leaders through. 2 minutes to go. It'll be interesting to see the final classification here. Can Luca Maserati close in enough to cancel out the penalties for the two leaders and overhaul them on corrected time? He's 6.4 seconds down at the moment, so as it stands at the moment, the battle for the lead will stand. Can Wilf Butler get ahead of Salvadori? Sawing at the wheel slightly there through Druid's hairpin. Have to see what happens when the corrected times are added, but I think these two have done just about enough ahead of Maserati and Kerr. Lexi Powell in the middle of that those two pairings has been lapped. Wilf Butler really applying the pressure at Salvador. You see the car slid just a little there coming through out of Surtees. Across the line, I think this will be 2 laps to go this time. Maserati still holding third. These two 3.5 seconds clear of Kyle Wells. Now he's got a penalty to be added on. He's in 5th place ahead of Stannard and Smith. But he will certainly drop behind those two and possibly behind Scharfegger as well. Tim Leonard, our newcomer, lets the leaders through at Druids. Around to start their last lap this time. Only 0.2 of a second in it between the two of them. They see the last lap signal. That will be Wilf Butler's signal to attack. He's been attacking pretty much all race long. See last lap signal. No, it's his last chance. But one last effort to try and take the lead away from Josh Salvadori and prevent him from taking his second win of the season. Up across the stripe they come with just a few seconds on the clock. Towards Paddock Hill Bend. Now Butler is going to go for it. Out of Paddock Hill Bend for the final time in this first of 3 races this weekend for the Junior Saloon Car Championship. Can Josh Salvadori hang on? They're nearly 7 seconds clear of Maserati in 3rd place, so these two will be safe even with the penalties for the 1-2. But which order will they finish in? It's pretty tense as they come out of Graham Hill Bend for the last time. Are we going to see a last bend lunge from Wilf Butler? I don't think he's quite close enough as they come down the Cooper Straight. There's a couple of Saxo lengths in it. You may have to rely on a mistake here from Josh Salvadori to try and get into the slipstream. They both run a little wide out of Surtees. Keep it tight to the inside through Clearways and Clark Curve. I think Salvadori has just about done enough to try and break the toe from Wilf Butler. Up over the line they come. It's going to be win number 2 of the season for Josh Salvadori. They cross the line, less than 0.2 of a second in it. Wilf Butler in 2nd place. And it's going to be Luca Maserati who will come in for 3rd. He keeps up his run of podiums for the season. Ollie Kerr just behind him. Now wait to see when penalties are added on. They haven't been added to the timing screen at the moment, so we'll confirm that shortly. And in fact, the timing screen's saying in the race control messages that the 110 car that crossed the line in 1st has got another 10 seconds of penalties. Well, they haven't been added on at the moment, so results remain provisional currently. But I think Josh Salvadori, according to our TSL timing screen, has another penalty. Further penalty for exceeding track limits, but we will wait and confirm that. The provisional result, though, as they cross the line, Josh Salvadori, the winner, ahead of Wilf Butler by 0.179 of a second. Luca Maserati keeps up his run of podiums in 3rd, just ahead of Ollie Kerr. The next battle was Wells, Stannard, Smith, Scharfegger, just ahead of Austin and Holly, rounding out the top 10. Matthew Swatton 11th, Martin Wright dropping to 12th, then Joe Wood, Tom Algar behind them, Sherry-Ann Powell, newcomer Bailey Roberts, newcomer Tim Leonard, and the final finisher Lexi Powell. That result, as we say, is provisional at the moment before penalties are added on post-race, and we will update you on the results when we get it confirmed from the timekeepers and race control. Let's head down to Parc Fermé in the meantime.
Yeah, hello everybody, welcome down to Parc Fermé. What a great battle that was. We've got Josh Salvadori over here as well. Josh, I'll tell you what, fantastic race. You kept honest the whole time, weren't you, by Wilf?
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, just getting a time penalty for track limits.
Oh no, you're kidding me.
Yeah, not good.
It's one of those things though, it is motorsport, it happens, but at least you know you've got the pace, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really happy with my start. Just really happy the way I got into the lead, and hopefully can keep it up for next.
Still more to come, mate. Still more to come. Yeah, there you go. I didn't realise there are track limits there. Unfortunately, he's been handed a penalty. I wonder if that has promoted Wilf then, unless he's had one. Wilf, has that promoted you to P1?
I don't know yet. We're still looking for the results, but we'll soon see. Yeah, I mean, I hope. Yeah, me and him are going to have a championship fight this year.
You boys have been quick, haven't you? You were certainly quick at Donington Park. Whatever happens, whether you have been handed a penalty, we're not sure, of course, but at least you know the pace is there, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we flew away from the rest of the pack, so see how it goes.
Top man, thank you so much. I am hearing in my ear that actually it was Luca Maserati who has taken the win as well. Where is Luca? Vicky, where's Luca? Where's Luca Maserati gone? Where is he? We're desperate to find him. If we can have a chat with Luca. Luca, here he is. Luca, we grab a quick word. Of course, 3rd on track, but due to penalties in front of you, you've actually won the race. How does that feel?
It feels good. It's a bit bittersweet, obviously, because I didn't really have the pace to be up with them today. But you know, a win's a win. We'll take it.
You dealt with pressure well, though. Oliver was on your tail the whole race, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very quick, to be fair. I had to defend a couple of times, pressured me into a few mistakes, but you know, I think I handled the pressure pretty well. It was some good racing.